Whatever, everybody. It's been a while, and I have some time to kill before I go see a movie. So I wanted to go over just my review of Arthur the King. This movie right here. Man, I love this movie. I can't wait till it comes out on digital, DVD, or whatever. It's a very inspirational movie. It's based off a true story. They did change some things because the actual guy is from Swedish. He was Sweden. And the dog was from Ecuador. It's an Ecuadorian dog. And I think this took place in Dominican Republic. In 2018, the actual dog was found in 2014. So they did make some differences. Michael Light, he's American. Like I said, the other guy was Sweden. But still, a very inspirational story. Obviously, he stars Mark Wahlberg, and the dog is named Yukai, I believe. And it was released in theaters March 15th of this year. Like I said before, in my reaction to the movie, this dog is really, really intelligent. Like, the part where there are parts where the dog's in pain, there are parts where it has to be a sad moment, and this dog plays this part really well. I was just flabbergasted. I know we've all seen those movies where dogs do certain things or animals do certain things, and you're like, oh well, that's cool. But I don't know, just for some reason, this performance from this dog stuck out to me more than any other performance of animal I've seen before. So I definitely want to go see it again. I love how it seemed like they were doing the actual running and all that stuff in most of the scenes. So I'm pretty sure the crew had to be in very good shape, especially the actors. They were going through some pretty rough terrain. I'm not sure if it was shot in the Dominican Republic. I didn't get into that much of research. But it looks like they were going through some pretty rough terrain. It didn't look like it was a soundstage at all. So kudos to the actors for actually, going through all that. Definitely seemed like they really, really, were wanting to make it as authentic as possible for the racing part. It's about this story is about Michael Light, who is an adventure race, an endurance race guy, and it's pretty much you go as a team. You have 5 days to go through this, the terrain, all types of terrain. And when we first see him in the movie, he's failing a race because he decided to go without listening to his team. And then 3 years later, they do another race where he has to assemble another team. Some people he used before in the past, and I think the girl was brand new, but she was doing it for her father who had cancer. And as they're going through some of the parts of the race, that's when he meets this dog and gives him his meatballs, and the dog just follows him everywhere. It helps them go through terrain, stops them from getting running over a cliff, and he helps them out. So at the end, Michael and Arthur, they have this bond, and you don't know if he's gonna make it or not. And that's what the sad part was. This dog went through all this stuff, and in the movie they showed like glimpses of what his life was, and it's just very sad. There are dogs out there who don't have a home, who live on the streets, and pretty much probably go days without food, and probably get attacked by other dogs. And it's just very sad. It's very sad the way they portrayed the dog. Like, this dog really has gone through a lot, but when he meets this man, he's willing to go through more. And Michael's team almost won the whole thing, but they wouldn't let him carry the dog because the dog become this huge thing, and the race masters, or whatever you call them, wouldn't let them take the dog through the last part of the race, which is canoeing. But the dog started to follow them anyways, and Michael's like, I can't let him die because it's they're canoeing in the in this ocean, so he can, you know, he wouldn't let him die. So the team agreed. They went back. They got second place. I didn't research if the other guys won their race or not, but you know, it was pretty. I didn't think they were gonna let the dog die like that, drowning. But you know, you never know. You know how people write stuff. So I just assumed that they wouldn't do that. That the dog would probably die from the injuries that you see that he's getting, you know, throughout the film, or that he has. So, you know, there was a, they get him, they get second place, but then he takes him to the vet after the race is over, and, you know, they said that there's nothing they can do for him, that they easier just to put him down. You know, he would have to get permission to take him to America. So finally they do take him to America. They get the permission. It's this whole thing. I think a lot of people were behind him getting the permission. Michael, the permission to take the dog. So, you know, he gets him to America, and there's this scene that they don't know if he's gonna make it or not. They do the surgery or whatever, and it's that scene where he's laying down next to Michael's laying down next to Arthur, and Arthur's just in so much pain, and he puts his paw on Michael, and they're just talking, and he's just, it's just like very sad, and you can tell the dog was in pain and that he's sad, but he's happy to see Michael. Give this dog an Academy Award or something. Like, there's gotta be an award we could give to animals in movies, because I'm gonna tell you what, Yukai, this dog, is an actor. Is an actor's actor. Is one of the best dog actors I've ever seen in my life. I know we've seen, like I said, I'm in the beginning, I know we've seen other movies, but I don't know, just for some reason this is stuck with me. But at the end, he makes it, which is really, really good. Yukai, obviously he's still alive. The real dog died in 2020, the one that this is based off of. So, and it's cool because at the end credits, you get to see, you know, pictures of the actual people who had the dog. And the book is called, I think it's called like The Dog That, you know, Traveled the Jungle to Find a Home or something like that. So it's really cool. This movie is very inspirational. Like I told you guys before, I love Mark Wahlberg, and you know, him and Yukai did such a great job, and all the rest of the actors in the cast did such a great job, and I really enjoy this movie. I can't wait to see it again. If you guys have seen this movie, tell me what your thoughts about it. As far as the rating, I give this movie a 9 out of 10. Really, really good. Had me up in every emotion or whatever. I don't know what the Rotten Tomato score is. I don't, like I've told you guys before, I don't care. But if you have seen it, give me your thoughts, what you thought, and what your rating would be. Until next time, guys, peace.